Well, welcome back to the Survivalist 2008 channel. As I've said in some previous videos, I plan to put together a portable bug-out backpacking HF station, and I'll be filming it for YouTube. So there was a few considerations that I had to look at, and of course these are by no means exhaustive and all-inclusive, but they just represent how I went about putting my station together. And they shouldn't be relied upon solely to assemble your station. Your due diligence in researching, assembling, and usage is paramount. Well, the first consideration is always size and weight. Smaller and lighter is better, but try not to sacrifice features for size. Second would be reliability. Cheaper foreign-made transceivers are cheaper in price, but what about reliability? Tried and true brands offer better value and reliability over the long run. What about functionality and flexibility? Does your equipment, antenna, etc. meet your desired needs? Will the station function under various circumstances, different environments, weather conditions, on the necessary bands, etc.? This is especially important when selecting or constructing your portable antenna. Cost. Cheaper is not always better. Some quality necessities can be homebrewed yourself at home to save money, such as an antenna, antenna balance, cabling, etc. Plus, quality used equipment can be a good alternative to lowering costs. Number 5, ease of use. Simple transceiver designs can be understood and used by even novice operators. Chinese brands can have poor and confusing menus and instruction manuals. And is your antenna of choice easy to put up? How about availability of parts and repairs? Off-brand manufacturers can disappear overnight, and so does their customer support, parts, and repair availability. Well-known brands offer parts and repairs for years to come. Battery charging. Solar is the best alternative, portable, lightweight, and cost-effective. A bicycle generator is also an alternative idea, but it is calorie and time consumptive. Stealth operations. Transmitting may give away your location. The old adage in ham radio is, listen, listen, listen. In times of a national emergency, the President has the authority under Executive Order signed July 6, 2012 to limit radio communications and even seize private radio equipment owned by citizens and ham radio operators for national security reasons. You may not need to transmit, but just need a good portable battery-operated AM/FM short-range receiver capable of receiving CW and single sideband. The DG&DE 1103 is a PLL dual conversion synthesized receiver with an external antenna jack, and that's my radio of choice for a portable receive radio only. Let's talk a little bit about band selection and propagation. Band selection and propagation are determined by many factors. The sun's effects upon the upper atmosphere, whether it's daytime or nighttime, the time of the year, weather and water vapor, solar flares, the 11-year solar cycle, and many more affect what bands are available for communication at any given time. Generally, low-frequency bands such as 160 and 75 meters are nighttime bands, and higher-frequency bands such as 10, 12, 15, and 17 meters are daytime bands. Some bands such as 20, 30, and 40 meters, are usually useful during many daylight and nighttime hours. There are exceptions to these generalities, and only a study of propagation will help you understand radio propagation fully. There's a great, short, concise article was published in the December 1983 edition of QST magazine. It was written by W1LJ/DL, and it covers HF propagation, the basics, in 5 pages. If you do a web search on the ARRL website, I'm sure you can find this article, and it's the best article in a very concise manner for you to read to learn about propagation. For reliable regional communications in the late afternoon and nighttime hours, 75 meters is your best choice. Distances ranging from local contacts within 200 miles out to a distance of 1,000 miles or more, depending upon atmospheric and ionospheric conditions, can be expected. The 75-meter band would be a good choice to monitor for regional news, information, and commentary from ham radio operators in your area. Number 10 is safety. Very important. Properly ground the station if possible. The nature of a portable station often does not afford a proper station ground, however. Due diligence is necessary in erecting the antenna. Of course, no antenna should be hung anywhere near power lines. Plus, those power lines cause unneeded signal noise. Radio operations should cease immediately if an electrical storm is anywhere in your vicinity. Lightning can strike many miles away from the storm, even in sunny conditions. Disconnect the antenna and place the coax as far away from camp as possible. Also disconnect the radio from your power source too. The last thing on our list in number 11 would be licensing. Before transmitting on any amateur radio band, make certain to acquire an FCC-issued amateur radio license that covers the bands you wish to operate on. Now, in a WROL, or without rule of law scenario, it's anyone's guess as to what will happen. So all I can say is operate at your own risk, especially if you wish to transmit without a license. Lastly, I'd like to give a little preview of what my portable Bugout backpack station consists of. As you've seen on my videos in previous videos, I'm using an ICOM IC706 Mark II G transceiver. That's a regular 100-watt transceiver, but it can also be, power can be turned down to 5 watts output, which would greatly extend the battery time. I also have an MFJ 945E mobile antenna tuner, which is a manual tuner. You've seen those in my videos. I also have a 12-volt 7.2 amp-hour gel cell battery with a 12-volt solar panel charger and charge controller regulator. I have a small 10 through 75 meter off-center fed dipole that I've built, and it's stored on a manual fly fishing reel. I've got about 30 feet of RG178 coax, which is very tiny little 50-ohm coax. I do have BNC connectors on each end. And I have a homebrew 4-to-1 current balun, which will be at the antenna feed point, and I'm presently in construction phase on the balun. And finally, I'll be carrying my MFJ 259 SWR analyzer, which will assist in tuning my antenna tuner. The antenna is basically designed to be very flat across the bands, But to be absolutely certain that I can tune my antenna properly with my manual tuner, I will be carrying that SWR analyzer and manually tuning the antenna tuner. That way I'll make sure to get the most power out of my radio that I can get. Well, that covers this video for right now, and I know it's been kind of a boring video, not much to see here, but these are very important topics to discuss, and especially if you're going to do your own due diligence, which is what I recommend. So do your own research, check out what's available, what's the cost, what is best for you. Think about some of these things that I've brought out here, and I think you'll be ready to have your own portable station real soon. And if you have any questions, I'll be glad to answer any if you send in the comments section. So thanks a lot for watching, and as always, take care.